Testing 1, 2, 3. We're recording here. We have Mr. Benji Espinoza here. Microphone check. Are you on? Are you on? Are you on? Let's get the mics on. All right. Say something, Benji. Say something. Come on.
Go ahead, Benji. Let's go.
All right. Hey, I want to play something funny, guys. I'll play just a little commercial that I have here that's pretty funny. So bear with me, and then we'll get his interview going.
Stan Beinstein for Sofa King, you understand? Where everything is held to the high Sofa King standards. The selection isn't just huge, it's Sofa King huge. Believe me, you'll never shop anywhere else. And Sofa King's prices aren't just low, they're Sofa King low. You'll never find them anywhere else. Listen to me. When I say Sofa King has a beautiful store, I mean Sofa King beautiful. When I say the staff is helpful, I mean Sofa King helpful. Listen to me. Get to know the Sofa King and enjoy a selection that's Sofa King huge. A staff that's Sofa King courteous and prices that are Sofa King low. You'll never shop anywhere else. But don't take it from me. Take it from satisfied customer Frank and Stein.
Sofa King good.
You said it, Frankie. Sofa King good.
I'm sorry. I had to play that. I've been dying to play that. I wanted to play that in the other show.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. That was great. That was great.
It's just, I'm sorry, Benji, but I wanted to play
No,
it.
I think that was great.
All right, pretty
that was
cool.
Awesome.
You better sit tight, Benji.
All right, here we go. Here we
Put
go.
the strap on because there's some serious questions going to be
Yes.
answered.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest who needs no formal introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyways. I'd like to welcome a man whose name is synonymous with house music and who's been very instrumental in helping many DJs and producers get their music released commercially. A man with a great ear for music and a great eye for talent, not to mention a man who owns a lot of vinyl records. A man I'm proud to call a friend. Let's all give a warm Friday night group parlor welcome to Mr. Benji Espinoza of DJ International Records and DJ International TV. All right, that was a mouthful. I'd like to personally welcome you to the Friday Night Group Parlor, Benji. Thank you for taking
sir.
the time to come on in.
Thank you for finally inviting me. I
Hey,
asked Stretch.
the door is
and Stretch
always
said-
open, brother. It's always
Stretch
open.
said, next question.
All right. I know you got a crazy schedule, man, but you know what? So what's going on,
Now it's
Benji? How
Benji
are
and
you?
Stretch.
There you go. See, we got Stretch on the mic, too. He doesn't talk much in the mic, but we got him, man. So
Hey, Stretch has a lot to say, so
absolutely. Absolutely. He wants to be involved with this interview, too.
absolutely.
This is a question that I'm curious to know. What age did you become involved with music, Benji? Was that obviously a young age, but what got you involved with music?
Probably, I want to say about 19. I started working, 20 actually. Started working at a record store on the west side back in the day, 83, 84, called Baby O's Records. It was near North Avenue and Harlem. So that's probably my first, true regular paying gig. So
Awesome. I'm sure, and many would like to hear the story. How the heck did you meet Rocky Jones, and how did DJ International get its start in the music industry? I'm sure that's a great story. A lot of people would like to know.
I just went over everything with Jem and Jesse Velasco. Actually, I was working at the store Baby O's, and we were sponsoring Julian Jumpin' Perez's radio show on WRRG. Julian was out in River Grove, Illinois, on every Sunday, so he was sponsoring our show. I was doing extremely well there, and I was getting some grief from the owners of the store. And Julian suggested I go down and meet Rocky Jones, and he finally took me down to meet Rocky Jones, late '84, early '85, and a few months after that, we started DJ International.
Awesome. And the rest is history for the most part. You know what I mean?
There you
guys
go.
Going strong and getting the name out there, and that's awesome. But I also I got a question. What type of music that you personally like, besides, obviously house music you love, but any other types of music and any artists that come to mind that you work with that come to mind that you really, really like?
Probably disco. It was before house music. Late '70s, early '80s, and that sort of carried right into the dance music, which carried right into house music. So, I think, that's how my heart just followed right to the house music.
Is there like a moment in your music career that stands out the most? Anyone in particular that, hey, you know what, I was there, I did that? Is there anyone that comes to mind? Any particular moment?
I think there's a lot. You know what I mean? I was talking to Jam and Jess about Jack Your Body going to #1 in the UK pop charts, which sort of
It's big out there, big time out there in the UK.
Well, you know what? It allowed house music to go into the pop charts. which most people at the time said it was too simplistic, and by it, going number one for 2 weeks in the UK pop charts, it actually sort of gave validity to house music, because people didn't think that it could do that, and it actually did. So that was a great time. I was managing Fast Eddie and Tyree for 4 or 5 years. When the whole hip house thing blew up, and so that was a lot of fun. We did a lot of touring, and so I've been to about 10 different countries, and so it's been a lot of fun. It's house music's taken me pretty much around the world. So.
I know you and I touched base on this too a little while ago, as far as all the subgenres and the music that's all inspired by house music. You know what I
Right.
mean? A lot of that disco as well, and
Right.
but just the amount of music that is out there, it's great music, and I feel personally is it's just the market is flooded with just so much music. It's really hard to keep your finger on what you want to play, because there's just so much of it out there.
Sure. Sure,
So-
absolutely. Well, with technology today in the digital age, you're able to do stuff, literally in your bedroom.
Yeah, absolutely. With the software and everything,
right,
it makes things a lot
exactly.
easier before you're
Exactly.
limited with little machines
Exactly.
and this and that.
You know.
So
So if all these bedroom producers can actually become professional producers, that would actually, I believe, help organize the music that much more. Because I literally see hundreds and thousands of records come out, seemingly every month, and they're just thrown out there. Nobody's marketing them, nobody's producing them. And I think in the back of the mind of these DJ producers, they all want to be like these superstar DJs, that are making millions. Tiesto, Bad Boy Bill, and such.
it's phenomenal how much these guys are making.
Yeah.
It's like insane. They're treated like rock stars these
Yeah,
days.
well, they are. They,
You know
they
what I mean?
actually, they actually are. And again, you know what though? But they're very professional.
Absolutely,
They market
it's a business.
themselves.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about that many times. And that's what I preach like on a daily basis. I'm telling everybody, you got the equipment, the technology, remix, produce, but then again, you got to take it to another level,
Right.
because everybody's doing that. Everybody has, Logic Pro or whatever, and
Right.
and so everybody can become a producer. Not everybody is a producer.
Sure.
But they could work their way, and again, they got to take it to a professional level.
Absolutely. I'd like to touch base on DJ Hall of Fame if we could. Could you tell us a little about DJ Hall of Fame and what the future holds for this project you guys have underway?
The DJ Hall of Fame, the operative word is DJ. I think it's going to be one of the most incredible things to happen here in Chicago. Actually, across the world. There's it's about 4 months old now, and there's about closing on 6,500 DJs from around the world.
A lot of members, absolutely.
Yeah, and it just keeps growing on a daily basis. And, I think this is an opportunity, again, another thing I preach, for the DJs to step up and take their place, become, professional producers,
Right.
And I think DJ Hall of Fame can help them, It can recognize, it can help recognize DJs, what they're working on the craft.
Sure, and especially, if you don't mind me saying this, and I feel personally, I'm sure a lot of people will agree, is house music. As far as a lot of people from around the United States, practically the world, look at Chicago as like the mecca of house music.
Well, sure, it started here.
Absolutely.
And it started in the mid '80s. We were talking earlier. I think one of the most important things is that, for house to perpetually prosper, people have to understand that there's a genre of house music, and of course we talked about the subgenres, but people many times misconstrue the other house music, which is basically a nickname.
Right.
Many people have nicknamed disco and dance and jazz, soul, funk, all that stuff house music, and the reality of the matter, it's not house music. It's just a nickname.
Right.
Because disco is disco, which is a genre in itself. You can't just nickname it house and automatically it changes into house. It doesn't.
Right.
It's still the genre that it originally was. So, house started in the mid '80s here in Chicago, and hopefully most people will comprehend that.
Right, absolutely. And I got to ask this question here. DJ International Records, I know you guys been doing a lot lately and everybody's seen it. Are there any plans of getting anyone back in the studio, getting some new music out to the masses under DJ International Records?
Yeah, absolutely. We're actually looking for a studio spot. We want to get something centrally located. We don't want to be way northwest. We don't want to be
Right.
way west. We're definitely trying to get something centrally located and get the team back together. Many of the guys in the room here are extremely talented. And we've been talking individually about possibly doing projects in the near future. And so, yeah, definitely. There's 2012. I think could be immense.
And one thing I know, at one time, there's a lot of the music in the industry was hip hop, and a lot of the money was funneled to that particular type of music. But now it seems as though you're hearing a lot of dance music on the radio now. It's pretty much it's invading the like commercial radio and stuff. What do you think about commercial dance music? I'm myself, I asked this question because I love the underground sound. A lot of tracks that many people are never going to listen or get an opportunity to listen to it on the radio, but it is available. You know what I mean? And I know it makes sense. And I say this because the money is in commercial, dance music. Am I right about that? You know what I mean?
Correct.
That's
Yeah, it's not there. It's blossoming. As we speak. Since the late '90s, hip hop had an incredible run. It got to anywhere from Missy Elliott to Nelly. It had a great run at the pop scene. But unfortunately, the pop market is a bit fickle because remember how the boy bands were big,
Right.
So they're in and they're out. You know what I mean? And so hip hop had a great run, man. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it
I
was
wanna
on
say
every a lot of stations, right?
For at least 12 years,
Absolutely.
they had a really strong run. But unfortunately, like the pop market, it's ready for change, and they're seeing how huge the European market is, the DJ market with these superstar DJs, and so the major labels and the radio stations are giving it a shot.
Right.
But you got to remember, there's always a format for radio. You can't just put a simple beat track.
That's
Whether
correct.
it's techno, whether it's house, whether it's EDM, there has to be some substance.
Right.
It's always been very song oriented, so you can't just take sort of EDM, instrumentals and expect them to go huge on the radio. So
Right.
they're definitely going after more radio oriented EDM.
Well, thank you for your opinion on that. I'd like to touch base on DJ International TV. I mean, that's something you guys are involved with as well. And then I'm sure that's a lot of work for you guys, isn't it? I mean, it's got to be. I see the amount of work that you guys put into that, and it's definitely very rewarding because I'm sure you have a big following, and that's a great thing. I mean, as far as, could you touch base a little bit on that and what you guys got planned for DJ International TV?
It's going into its third year, and we're primarily in Chicago. We're with Comcast. And the incredible thing is that we have access to about 1.7 homes in Chicago, And, I tell people all the time, I said, come on down, get your music promoted. And
you do. And I noticed that. That's one thing I could vouch for that, too. I heard that from Benji, too. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, you
No,
do.
no,
You
that's
pretty much,
cool.
I hear you mention that to everybody. Come on
Absolutely.
by. Half the battle's getting there. Once you're there, you know what I mean? It's all good. The networking thing and everything. It's only a positive thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, there's still going to be that group who feels that they don't want to come and help us out and do things for us and help us make millions.
Right.
They just have it's just a misconception.
Sure,
They
absolutely.
think that they don't realize that we've always been that way, Rob. We've always from day one that was Rocky's perspective. Let's try to work with people. I did a documentary a few years back. I want to say the late 2000, and one guy brought up an awesome point to me. He said, because you always hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I heard DJ International, they didn't pay their artists," but this guy Richard Graves, my buddy on Facebook, he said, "Who gave all these people a start? Fast Eddie, Steve Hurley, Chippy. It was Rocky." And he said, "Who was beating down their doors to get them their music out?" I said, "Nobody." He goes, "Did they have any major labels? No, nobody wanted them." it took Rocky to take them to help produce their stuff. Tyree, we were interviewing Tyree for DJ on national TV earlier in the week, and he was thanking us. He was thanking us because of the fact that he gets it. He gets the business aspect of it. That he was just a DJ from the South Side. Nobody really knew him. But once we put out I Fear the Night, once we started marketing and promoting him, he little by little blew up.
Right.
Now he's living in Berlin. He's doing extremely well, and that's what we try to do, Rob. We always try to help people out.
And you have. That's a perfect example. You know what I mean?
and-
Do you still keep ties with a lot of these artists that, as far as have gone and done things overseas and stuff like that? I'm sure you keep in touch with. A lot of people.
Yeah, I do. But I don't want to. I'm old man now, Rob. I don't want to have anything to do with any negative stuff. If you got any
understand.
negative stuff, because like
Just positive vibes, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Positive vibes. I'm like that too.
When you hear a couple people complain, the reality of the matter is, if you didn't make money from DJ International, it's because your record didn't do well.
Sure.
That's not my fault. That's not Rocky's fault. That's not anybody's fault.
You
know
heard
what I
it
mean?
here. He's
It's
clarifying it, everybody. He's clarifying it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and again, I'm not trying to, so my thing is that, let's try to do something. I don't want to hear no negative stuff. Again, discussion with, Jem and Jesse, the guy's got an incredible vibe. You know what I mean? He's a guy I
Right.
definitely like to work with and do some stuff because, and Stretch. I always call Stretch a genius because I believe he's a genius. He's awesome. You know what I mean? The guy, okay, the wizard, but, I still like genius better. I just think he's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree too.
and-
I agree. I tip my hat to that man.
Yeah, yeah. They're awesome people. They're extremely talented. And that's who I think you should work with. People who are positive, and what's great about is that you can't look at the music business to make you rich. Okay, that's not the objective, but it can help you get on your way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you can do extremely well. But you got to work at it. You can't just put out a B track or a track and then expect it to sell millions on Beatport and iTunes and stuff like that.
Right.
You got to get out there and work it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's good to, network, and it's great working with creative people, man.
Absolutely,
You know what I
man.
mean? You learn from them people, and you could
Absolutely.
also, share what your knowledge and this and that. So it doesn't hurt to, work with somebody who's very creative and collaborate and stuff. That's
100%
great.
agreed.
Absolutely. So when's the next filming of DJ TV? When you guys filming?
You know what? We're on hiatus at the moment because again, we're instead of being we would normally be at Output, and so instead of being at located, we're actually filming around. Like we had Tyree, and there's a big party tomorrow night, Georgie Porgy's event, where he's gonna have he's doing a benefit, and he's gonna have some artists come in from town, and they're gonna perform. So we're gonna be filming over there, and also. No, I'm sorry. Tomorrow is DJ Val's. Where are we at? I'm lost, man. What day are we at?
Today's Friday. Today's Friday.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was right.
It's
I was
okay.
right. Georgie Porgy's event the following week is going to be out in Berwyn at Perception. We're going to be at DJ Val's 40th. So we're going to be doing a
Nice.
lot of filming.
Very nice.
On the road, kind of, so to speak.
Awesome.
But I think 2014 is going to be awesome for DJ TV as well as the DJ Hall of Fame.
Absolutely,
So, some
absolutely.
really good stuff coming.
I'm going to take a question here. Somebody put in the chat room here. Wants to know, ask him about Chip E. If I don't know exactly what he wants to know, but Chip E, you have a relationship with Chip. He lives overseas or in Thailand or something like that. doesn't
I saw Chip over the summer at the house picnic, and I invited him to come on the show, of course, and he laughed.
Why would he laugh though? Just out of
you know
curiosity.
what? Honestly,
I have to ask that.
he doesn't respond. Again, I can speculate and say that he doesn't want to come on the show because he believes that him being on the show is going to blow the show up.
Is that right?
I don't know. I mean,
Okay,
we
okay.
can speculate.
Sure,
all
sure.
day
I understand.
long.
I understand.
I mean, I saw Steve Hurley. I invited Steve Hurley to come on. Steve Hurley said he's going to get back to me, but that was like June or July, and I had never heard from him. And
Right.
but we invite everybody's welcome. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If you want to come on, if you got something going on, we definitely want to to expose it for everybody.
Absolutely. And you've
So-
done that for a lot of artists, man. You've helped a lot of artists. And
we
with
try,
that
man.
much love and respect to you, Rocky Jones, everything that you've put together
Yeah.
since, I remember myself picking up, and I'm sure a lot of a lot of us have picked up records in the 1985. You know, when you guys were,
Yeah.
you know, bringing them all out. I mean, we needed that music, and you guys pretty much were the platform of today's music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And
much
we're
love
gonna
and
try
respect.
that again too. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, especially with the digital sound, you know, one of the things I was talking with Jess is that we're gonna remix a lot of the DJ International titles, and you know, sort of take them from the analog to digital. You know, so that could be, you know, an awesome thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anybody got a question, Stretch? You want to say something? I don't want to. I had these questions. You know, I've been wanting to ask Benji.
No,
and
that's fine. That's fine. I'm listening.
So I don't know if
I'm
you
good
guys
ears
have it.
right now.
It's okay.
Just Jesse's taking the whole show. Jesse.
Jesse.
Well, I mean, come on.
I know, I'm joking
You're a
around.
genius. And Jesse, you know, they were pertaining to some of the questions Jesse and I were just talking about.
Nah,
so,
Jesse's a cool cat.
You know,
You keep in touch with Jesse Saunders at all? You guys just
we
curious?
talk occasionally on Facebook.
Oh, awesome.
Jesse's an awesome guy, man. I mean, if everybody remembers Jesse,
He's in Las Vegas, right? He lives out in
he's
Vegas?
in Las Vegas now. He was in California for many years, but he's out in Vegas, and just a, you know, talented guy, and he got the ball rolling here in Chicago for everyone. So, you know, that's awesome.
A lot of people know Benji, and you know what? I mean, so much knowledge. I've personally spoke to Benji and just the stories that he has, and we could be here all night interviewing the amount of stuff that this man is.
About 30 years of stories, man.
Absolutely, man. But you know what? I'd like to continue this interview. Maybe we can get you back another time.
Absolutely.
That would be great.
Of course.
And that's
You
why
know?
I'm glad he's my mentor, him and Mike Lobo.
Absolutely. There you go.
Mike's the man. Mike's an awesome guy.
I'd like to get Mike out. haven't seen Mike. What's going on with Mike?
Oh, no,
man?
Mike is getting the studio ready. He's
Is
getting,
he?
he's getting
Great,
his stuff ready.
great.
Mike's
ready
an
to
awesome
rock
guy.
it.
I love Mike. Mike's the man, man.
And you know what, Benji? I just want to personally thank you for stopping on in and hanging out with us, and means a
you.
lot.
Thanks,
I'm glad I
Stretch.
was able to get you in here. As far with Stretch as well. You know, it means a lot to us. You know, you coming on the Friday Night Groove
Thank
Parlor.
you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
It's awesome
And
hanging out
guys,
here.
you know, we got this interview recorded, and we'll go ahead and post this. So if you guys, you know, just happen to pop on in and check out the interview, half the interview or what have you, but we'll have the full interview available.
Yeah, maybe next month we could do it again.
Yeah,
right?
that'd be really nice. That'd be really nice. And I wish you much success with
Thank you very much.
DJ International TV, DJ Hall of Fame,
Thank you
and
very
all your
much.
future endeavors, my brother.
Thank you, and the same for you as well.
Thank you very much.
I love it here, man. You guys are awesome, man. Very hospitable.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Awesome time.
I hope
man.
you liked the coffee. It wasn't actually
Awesome.
coffee. It was
No.
like chocolate / coffee, something.
It was
Thank my
awesome.
wife for
One of the best ones.
Yeah, it was
Nina,
good. All right, I'm glad you guys
major
like
props
it.
to Nina.
All right.
Nina's awesome.
Yeah, my wife. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing these things
There you go.
today.
Nina's
you know,
awesome.
she made me the
Nina.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, very nice. All right, Benji, thank you so much. Thank you so much
Thank
for,
you
for
very
stopping
much.
on in. And everybody, you know, that includes all the DJs that came in today.
Yay!
I give a lot of props
Jesse,
to all
Mario,
these
Ray,
global
yay.
DJs.
Absolutely,
Doing a lot
man.
of things.
Right, Mad Mario
Awesome.
threw it down.
Right.
Mr. Jammin' Jesse threw it down big time as well. And then Mr. Ray Martinez dropped it. You know what, guys? And check these guys out this Sunday. Right, guys?
Yeah.
What time you guys going on? One last time. What time he's going on?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Tune on in. GlobalMusicDJs.com. There you go. Central Standard Time.
Just standard. There you go.
There you go. The Wizards.
Yeah, the wizard.
They're
the
trying to
wizard.
kidnap me.
Oh, they're trying to
Mr.
kidnap
Wizard.
me.
Oh,
I
Mr.
already got my
Wizard.
group Parlor gear on.
You know,
There
it's
you go.
awesome.
Absolutely.
And you know how things
It
are
ain't gonna
trans-
be wood gear. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be group Parlor gear.
There you go. We got our design fresh shirts and everything.
Yeah,
and, you know-
man.
awesome.
Global Mix DJs got major love for Stretch and Group Power. So,
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. And you know what? These mixes, tonight's mixes will be posted. I'm gonna get to them. I personally handle them myself, and post them up and put them on. Stretch puts them on the website, and I do my little magic. He does his magic. So we try to get these out to you guys. You know, we do this in our time because we love our craft, and we don't get anything. We get no money from this. There's no money involved with it. We do this to showcase
There you
DJs. And a lot of love, and for it's just a craft
Absolutely.
that we all love, and we want to continue to do. And with that, guys, you know what? I want to thank everyone that's tuned in. Thank you for your continued support on GroupParlorRadio.com. DJ RBR, DJ Stretch, bringing it to the masses. And I want to thank all the DJs for tonight. And you know what, guys? You guys have a great night, and we will see you guys very soon. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
GroupParlorRadio.com.